This is a special edition of the PCFF podcast.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. Clip Rock here in the PCFF studios. Major breaking news in the PCFF, and here to talk about it, one of the co-commissioners of the PCFF, Matt Hager, an impromptu edition of the PCFF podcast, but Matt Hager wanted to come on and share some major news in the PCFF. Matt, how you doing?
Doing well, Cliff.
Matt, I guess go ahead and take it away. This could be the biggest news ever in the Pitt County Fantasy Football League. So what exactly is this breaking news?
Well, certainly the biggest news we've had in a while. But as of 12 o'clock Eastern time today, the league has decided to part ways with the Nolans resurrection due to a number of reasons which we can get into. But so now the search for a new owner begins, and we can get into that process as well and how that's going to work. But yeah, big news. It's a sad day for the PCFF. Gary was certainly a good owner. And it's also at the same time exciting to get some new blood in the league, a shot in the arm, if you will, which the league could use. But yeah, it's bittersweet. I don't know if bittersweet's the right term. It's a sad day and it's an exciting day. So,
all right, there's the news. So Nolans, I guess as of right now, is not a franchise. Is that it? Is that safe?
Currently there are 9 teams in the PCFF.
Okay, so I guess the obvious question is, what's next? Where do we go from here? Do we go into a season with 9 teams, or will we add a 10th owner before this season begins?
We are going to add a 10th owner for sure. The process will get started today, actually. 7 owners. Obviously excluding the commissioners, but 7 owners, including yourself, will be getting a text message at some point today giving you the opportunity to name a candidate that you feel would be good for the league. I guess you can name multiple candidates. There will be no max on that, although let's try to keep it serious. No dick shitfucks. But anyway, you'll get that text message. I'm assuming we'll probably get 3 candidates at least, and if it is 3, once everybody has had the opportunity to name a candidate, we'll take those candidates and give the league the opportunity to vote on which candidate they think would be best for the league and how that's worked. Let's say, for example, we do have 3 candidates. We'll send you a text with those 3 candidates, their names, and you will be asked to rank them 3, 2, 1, and with 3 being the owner you'd most like to be in the league. And let me repeat that for Charlie. 3 being the owner you'd most want in the league. And what we'll do is we'll take those numbers and compile them, and the owner, or the future owner, should I say, with the most votes tallied to the highest number, with their acceptance into the league, will be our newest owner. And they'll slip right into the Fire Tower division. Wow.
Huge news in the PCFF. And, yeah, once again, Matt has to repeat it for Charlie. Charlie's still wondering if there's a bowling night. Somehow he didn't quite get that on the message board. Matt, another obvious question that I know a lot of people want to know, including myself, can we go ahead and kick Blake out of the league now?
That is something that you have definitely expressed some interest in doing, and if you like, you can bring that to a vote on draft day.
Oh yeah, I will. I will.
But yeah, that would be something. I guess I don't know, that's kind of odd. I'm not sure how we're going to handle that. I guess if you want to propose that right now, then you can go ahead and do that, and yeah, I won't take a vote on that.
It's official. I mean, at the draft, I will say, if you want Blake out of the league, raise your hand. If you don't want to vote that way, that's fine. I just think it'll be kind of funny. But anyway,
if we do it draft day and it does pass, I mean, what's it do? Just get up and walk out, and then
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But man, but for real, this is huge news. A new member, someone new, will be at the draft this year, drafting a team, and I guess a whole new franchise. I mean, they don't have to stay in Nolans, or do they?
No, and I'm going to go ahead and jump in now. You say at the draft, because that is a big reason why we decided to go this direction. It's extremely hard for me and Daniel on draft day to keep up with our stuff and prepare ourselves to make our pick and juggle text messages and phone calls with two other owners.
True.
It's extremely difficult.
And Jameson has a pass on that, I would think.
Jameson does get a pass on that. He always, and he gets a pass on that for now. I mean, Jameson loves the league.
Right.
He's a diehard. He'd be there if he could be, and I wouldn't be surprised if eventually he does start making arrangements. I think he was trying to do that this year, but it conflicted with something. But one owner's not so bad, and Jameson's always had that day set up so that he's able to make his picks pretty quick. Once it rolls around to him, he's usually ready to go. And again, he loves the PCF. He's a FF. He's a diehard, and that makes a difference. Gary seems to have a lot going on in his life right now. The last couple seasons prior to this one, he's been hesitant about whether or not he wanted to stay in and be a part of the league, and we found that to be the case as well this year. And we made numerous attempts to reach out to him and his people, actually, and to no avail. And today's a month before draft day. Today's the 1 month mark, and it's time to get serious and start making our preparations in the commissioner's office. And we just felt like at this time it was the best time to go ahead and make this move for everybody. And I called Gary just moments ago and left him a voicemail and told him, look, take the year off, rest your bones. Hopefully you'll miss the league and you'll want to come back, because expansion is certainly a possibility.
Yep.
And I know the numbers would work for expansion next year. I know off the top of my head, I guess I'll segue to this, is I know we have two outstanding candidates that I know of for certain.
Mm-hmm.
One is Byron Hager. Yeah, that's right, another Hager. Imagine that, 3 Hagers in the Fire Tower division. But Byron's a great candidate. He's a couple hours away in Wilmington. But being, we always announce the draft day at least 2 months in advance. He would have ample time to make arrangements to be able to make the 2-hour ride in for draft day and then get back to where he needs to be. And the other candidate being Steve Little, although he wears a headband from time to time and he drops spears at a bar at an alarming rate. He's still a really cool dude. I know you've gotten to know him pretty well yourself. Super dude, very knowledgeable.
Could very well be my vote, by the way, but we'll see.
He would be another great addition. One thing with Steve is Steve is going to be moving back up north, I believe, somewhere in the New Jersey area.
That's true.
Within the year. So that does complicate things. Although Steve, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve's one of those guys who I think, with enough time to prepare or to make arrangements, would make the flight down for draft weekend and head on back. That's something I could see Steve doing. And so there's two candidates right there, two great candidates, and we love it. But obviously, that would give us 11 teams, and I don't think the league is quite ready for expansion.
Yeah,
maybe a year away. We just adjusted to keep because of a shallow draft pool, and of course expansion has hurt that even more.
True.
That's one of the things I think is going to keep expansion on the back burner for at least another season.
All right. Well, Matt, running out of time here, but once again, breaking news: Nolan's the franchise no longer in the PCFF. Gary Haddock no longer an owner, and we will have kind of details on how we will go about choosing our next owner very shortly, sometime today, so I'm going to go ahead and get this podcast out there to break this huge news in the PCFF. I did have one more question. I'll ask you real quick. I think it was on Nolan's to sign up for the league to help the scheduling process. Is that right? Or am I?
What's that?
Was it time for Gary to sign up through Yahoo for the scheduling?
That's correct.
So
he is the next team to enter the league.
So how's that work? We're just going to wait until the new owners pick?
We'll be receiving a text message in a few hours, and and hopefully we'll get a quick response to that. And once we get that, you'll be getting another text message asking you to. But we have our newest owner by this time tomorrow, and we hope for this process to go that quickly. And go ahead and get that team entering the league, get everybody entered. Schedule can be.
Well, Matt, you're breaking up a little bit, so we'll go ahead and call this a wrap. But thanks for joining us. Thank you for breaking the news on the podcast. This is the biggest moment in PCFF podcast history, so thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Clip.
There's Matt Hager, co-commish, and, of course, the owner of the Tennessee 39ers. Huge news in the PCFF as we get closer to draft day. That'll do it for today's special edition of the PCFF podcast. We'll see you next time right here, folks. Thanks for tuning in.